Hi Virgo, welcome to April. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before we get started on your reading, I want to let you know what's coming up. So Mercury, your ruling planet, is moving into Taurus this month on the 3rd or the 4th. Venus, well no, we'll have the full moon in Libra on the 6th, and then Venus will move into Gemini on the 12th. And then we have a solar eclipse, new moon in Aries, the second new moon, on the 20th, but this one will be at 29 degrees Aries. And then Mercury, your ruling planet, will go retrograde on April 21st until May 14th. But in the meantime, let's see what the cards say for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for the month of April 2023? What does Virgo need to know about relationships for April? (2023). The Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Empress, the Magician, the Queen of Pentacles, the Temperance card, the Queen of Cups, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles, this is a card of financial success, and so like you're comfortable. You have a house, you have a roof over your head, you have income coming in, but you may be feeling lonely. Sometimes this comes up when you feel like, what good is having all these material things if I have no one to share it with? So if you're not in a relationship, you're really going to be wanting to be in one. And sometimes you could even feel alone when you are in a relationship. So you have the Eight of Cups here. This is a card of moving away from something that was once fulfilling, but is no longer fulfilling. It was once good, but it's no longer doing it for you. So the Eight of Cups is about moving away, and you're searching for meaning. You're searching for fulfillment in love. Something that was once very promising and romantic is now, it's just not doing it for you. You've got the, she's got, her power animal here is the hawk. And that usually represents a message coming in. So you could be thinking about moving on from something. Moving on to something better, more fulfilling. You have the Knight of Cups in the past. So you might have been involved with someone who was a little bit on the immature side. Very romantic, very creative, but kind of dreamy, not realistic when it comes to relationships. So that could be either the person you were involved with or even your own expectations. Maybe you had a romanticized view of how relationships should be. Like, you know, they lived happily ever after. I mean, no relationship lives happily ever after. You have to work at it. You have to work for your happiness. You have to work for your connection. Even if you love each other and you have a lot in common and you have a really great foundation, you still have to, you're going to have problems. You know, relationships are like hills and valleys. You go through good times, you have difficult times, you go through good times. But it's the love that you feel for each other that keeps it all together. And it's the way that you resolve conflict that can keep it all together, the way that you communicate. And it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect, you know. So you can't look at, you know, you may have a view that, well, if we're fighting or if it's not perfect. Like I have this perfect image in my mind of what my perfect soulmate should be. And if we fight, that means this person's not my soulmate, he or she. And that's not necessarily true. It really, you have to take the good with the bad as long as the good outweighs the bad. Because A lot of times, I mean, if you're in an abusive situation, that's not healthy. That you have to leave. But you have to give people slack too. You have to realize that you're going to have good days and bad days. Anyway, the Three of Cups is in the recent past. So there could have been some competition in a love relationship. The Three of Cups could be parties and celebration, but it could also mean third-party situation. So I don't know if maybe you've been trying to figure out who you want to be with. You might be choosing between two different people. There is a lot of, I mean, the Three of Cups is also a card of social, getting out, getting social, having supportive friends. The Knight of Cups can be a romantic proposal. So someone might have been approaching you for romance if you're not in a relationship. I feel like for those of you who are not in a relationship or a committed partnership, you could have a lot of opportunities for love. People are approaching you. You have choices and options. But I feel that you haven't really met the person, like you've been meeting people that are just kind of flighty, not really someone that you could really connect with, someone who might be immature when it comes to love. But you have the Six of Wands here, so there's the potential for victory and success. So I think out of all these options, there is one person that's going to be the right one. You have to figure out which one that is. So you have the Three of Wands here. These threes are about connection, group energy. Threes are about the results of your work. So if you're putting energy into something, the Three of Wands is saying you're going to start to see the results. So if you've been working in a relationship, things might start to be happening this month. You have the Empress here with the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like there's someone in your environment that you could connect with that's high quality. The Empress is high quality. The Empress is a good mother. This person is very creative. The Empress represents abundance, creativity, nurturing. So you could be connecting with someone who has all those qualities, especially the Queen of Pentacles here. She's very talented. And she may doubt herself at times. And this could be your energy. Maybe you need to feel more confident about yourself in your lovability. But the Empress could also represent having a child, having a baby, wanting a child or a baby. Or it could be a new relationship where you have to nurture it like a baby. Or a new creative project is coming up and you have to handle it with care. I just feel like this month you might be focusing more on family, home and family and children, and less on love. Maybe that's taking your mind away from this. If you're feeling not dissatisfied in a relationship, you're focusing on your family and your children. The Magician is here, but it's in your negative thinking sector. The Magician is a card of manifestation. And the way the Magician manifests is through the power of thought and communication. So if you've been thinking negatively, you might be attracting that negativity to you. So instead of focusing on what's wrong, you need to start focusing on what's right. Focusing on what you want to happen. Focus on the ideal situation rather than focusing on everything that you're not happy with. Because your thoughts create your reality. And it's really important this month that you focus on positive thinking. You have the Temperance here in your wish fulfillment. That's a card of finding balance. Maybe you need work-life balance. Maybe you've been focused on career, not giving enough time to work, to love. I feel like you're in a good place though professionally. I feel like you're getting recognition, you're getting rewarded, you're feeling secure financially, but you feel like there's something missing in your life. Like you need an emotional connection. You need someone that you can partner with and share that abundance with. Even if you're in a relationship, you may still feel lonely in that relationship. And so the Eight of Cups here is saying that you're on a search for something that has more meaning. And with the Temperance, it could be that you just have to learn how to compromise or balance your work-life, have more work-life balance. Where you give time, like if you've been working too much, maybe you need to work a little less and save time for love. Or give more time to your partner. Start to see things on their level. The Queen of Cups is the outcome. So I'm seeing two people here. The Queen of Cups is someone who's very intuitive, very sensitive, very creative. You may feel like the Queen of Cups is a little bit delusional. You know, sometimes they have these dreams, you know, big dreams. And Virgo is very much about the details. You know, like, so like it's a difference between Pisces and Virgo. Pisces is more the big picture, the vision, you know, the beautiful dream. But Virgo is like all about the details. Okay, but yeah, that's a great dream, but we've got who's going to do the work. And what about, you know, and you look at all the problems. Well, what if this happens? What if that happens? We have to be prepared. So you may have to balance, you might be connecting with someone who is very different than you, who sees the world as more in a more dreamy way, more, in, you know, visionary way. And you're looking at all the details and all the problems, and they're looking at the beautiful dream. And you may not see eye to eye on certain things, so you have to learn how to compromise. You have to learn to meet each other in the middle and try to see things from the other person's perspective. And I think that will help your relationship. Because I feel like you have the potential to bring security in your life and to bring love into your life. But you may have to make a choice. I feel like there's a choice between two people. I'm sorry. That energy is strong in this reading. So you may have to decide, who do I want to focus my energy? Who's the best partner for me? And let me focus on that person. And make that relationship strong. Because if your energy is diluted, you know, if you've got too many irons in the fire, then you're not really giving to any of the relationships. You won't have a strong relationship. Because it takes energy, it takes work. So you might be deciding you might wind up leaving something that's not fulfilling and moving towards something that's more fulfilling this month. So let's see what the angels have to say for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know? Miracle. Do you believe in miracles? If you do, you can manifest them. Okay. Dearest one, even if all hope seems lost, let not hope slip away. For I, your guardian angel, am constantly by your side. Surrender all your concerns to me and trust in the healing power of love. Please believe that you are never alone. Together we shall work through each issue or situation which is of concern to you. All heals with the passage of time. Magic and miracles are about to manifest. So there you have it. Don't give up on love, but give it time. So we have this full moon in Libra. It's happening in your money houses. You have the moon in the second house and the sun with Jupiter and Chiron in the eighth. Now that's really great. Having the sun and Jupiter, having Jupiter in your eighth house, that's bringing abundance. So you're getting the financial support you need. But the eighth house is also about, the sun is shining a light on your shadow. The eighth house is like the parts of you that you hide from the world, your dark side. And you have Chiron there. So Chiron is asking you to confront that dark side and heal it, to have the courage to face your darkness and to heal. What is it that's preventing you from forming an intimate connection? The second house, where the moon is about what you value and what you need to feel secure. So that's going to be very evident at this full moon. The moon brings things to the surface. The full moon brings things to light. So anything that's been hidden will be coming to the surface. So especially things that you have hidden from yourself even. You might have experience some type of an awareness about what you need to feel safe and secure, about where you need to work on your own insecurities, your self-esteem, where you need to compromise in a relationship to create greater intimacy. Now, Mercury, your ruling planet, is in the ninth house. It moved into Taurus, and it's conjunct the North Node. The ninth house is about exploring, getting out of your comfort zone, expanding your awareness to other worlds, other places, other cultures. It could also mean going back to school, teaching, learning. It means because the ninth house rules higher education. So you could be thinking about taking some classes or thinking about teaching what you know. Venus is in the ninth house. If you connect with someone this month under Venus, it could be someone that you meet while traveling, or someone from a different culture than you, where you have to kind of expand your views and your belief systems to incorporate this new person. Mars is in your 11th house of friendship, hopes, and dreams. So you may be connecting with friends more and getting out and socializing. You might be networking more. Mars is sextile to Saturn. Saturn's in your 7th house in Pisces. It just moved into Pisces, and it's going to join Neptune. Neptune's already been there. So if you've been idealizing someone under Neptune, because Neptune can sometimes make you really idealize another person or try to save someone. When Saturn gets there, you're going to see the reality of what you thought you saw. Like, all that glitters is not gold. You're going to say, like, I chose this. I was, what was I thinking? Because now you're going to see the reality. Saturn shows you the reality. And it also demands commitment and discipline. So it can make or break a relationship. So you have to decide, what am I going to commit to? And what do I need to let go of? Because if you're in a relationship and you suddenly see the truth, and this person is not everything that you thought they were, you may decide to leave it. Pluto's in your 6th house, so the focus now is going to be on your health and also on your work. Pluto is transforming your work environment, where you may come into a position of power, where you may feel empowered. If that's not the case, then it could be the other thing where you're being bullied by someone at work, or you're overgiving, because the 6th house is also the house of service. So there's powerful changes going on in your work environment. The main thing is you're learning lessons about how to wield power. And the best way to wield power is not to be a bully, not to be power over someone, but to work to empower the whole group, to work for the benefit of everyone. And if you do that, Pluto will reward you with wealth and abundance, because Pluto represents big money. It also represents powerful figures. You could be connecting with powerful people in the community. But you also have to take care of your health, too. So if you've been neglecting your health, it's time to make some changes in your diet, changes in your exercise routine. Get a checkup if you're feeling under the weather. But you may have to stop give up those bad habits that have been affecting your health and start eating healthy, taking better care of you. Mercury, like I said, Mercury is sextile Mars and Saturn, and Mars is trine Saturn at this time. So this is a great time for relationships and friendships, for forming partnerships that are going to last. But you may have to get out of your comfort zone and take action to make that happen. And if you do connect with someone, it might be through the groups that you belong to. Venus is sextile Neptune at this time, and Venus is in your 9th house. Like I said, if you may have a very romantic encounter with someone while you're traveling, or if you decide to go back to school, you're in a school environment, through that environment. And this person might be someone that has a different belief system. I feel like they're going to expand your awareness or your consciousness in some way. So then we have the solar eclipse, which is happening in your 8th house. And that's a powerful new moon, which can bring endings and beginnings at the same time. So a male figure could be eclipsed from your life suddenly. The moon is conjunct Jupiter, this new moon, but it can also bring a sense of release. So you're relieved. It's like you're released from some financial, maybe there could be some changes with finances where you could get a sudden influx of income. But it's not the money that you earn from your job. It's more like a grant money or inheritance money or lottery winnings. It's coming from or even a bank loan. It's money that's coming from other people's resources. So it could be a partner's income. Maybe you connect with someone and they have tons of money and it changes your financial situation. Or maybe, you get an inheritance because someone in your family passes and, an older person, and you wind up inheriting money. Whatever it is, it's a powerful new beginning, which if it's not a financial issue, it could be that you've decided to confront the shadow within you that is avoiding help, that has been making you avoid intimacy and you're getting over that, and you're kind of confronting your fears, and you're healing the wounds that are preventing you from having a strong, intimate connection with someone. And then, so if you can do that, if you can confront the shadow and heal it, you have this opportunity for a new beginning to really bond with someone at the soul level. Mercury in the 9th house is going to be moving towards a conjunction with Uranus. So that could bring unexpected news coming out of the blue on a creative project that has to do with the internet or reaching global, some communication project. The 9th house can be a global reach. You could be connecting with a company that has global ties. It could be a message if you're thinking of going back to school. Maybe you'll hear, like, I've been accepted at this university. Or you have a new job or a new job offer where they want you to teach what you know. Or you have an opportunity to travel suddenly. Any of those things can happen with this conjunction. All I can say is that it'll be news that will be unexpected, and it will be coming out of the blue, but it's in Taurus, so it will give you a sense of security. So it could be like, yeah, I got the job, I'm making more money now, or I got a promotion or a raise. Mars is in your 11th house. It's going to be sextile, this Mercury and Uranus. So it's time to take action and work towards your goals or your dreams. Venus will be moving into Gemini. It'll be in Gemini in your 10th house at this time. So your career is on fire. I feel like you're doing okay with career. You may have some problems in relationship because Venus is squaring Saturn. So there could be some problems with an authority figure over money, finances. Maybe you're arguing over salary if you started a new job. Or it could be that a partner is concerned about the money you're spending. Or it could be that your work is taking you away from your partner, and there could be some conflict or tension around that. But Venus is sextile Chiron. And so you can really have, if you start a new love at this time, it can have a healing influence on your life. And bring greater intimacy into your life. You have the ability to heal. Now, then Mercury is going to go retrograde right after this new moon eclipse. And that's happening in your 9th house. So with the 9th house Mercury retrograde, you may have to revisit contracts that you've signed, or you might have to revisit travel plans. You may have to revisit any kind of plans with any kind of educational pursuit, or if you're doing any kind of marketing or communications project, you may have to go back and tweak it. That would be the ideal thing to do under this Mercury retrograde. It can bring people back from the past that you might be reconnecting with and revisiting contracts, partnerships. One thing I must say, if you have to sign anything during a Mercury retrograde, read the fine print carefully, get the document checked out by a lawyer, because there could be some things missing or some confusion. Things might be changing. If you can, wait till the Mercury goes direct in mid-May if you can push it up a couple of weeks, just 3 weeks, because Mercury will go retrograde at the end of April. So if you could postpone things, signing on the dotted line, until mid or late May, it would be better, because you'll have all the information you need and you'll be able to make a better decision. But in the meantime, if you do have to go back to something old and tweak it, it's the perfect time to do that. Go back to an old job, go back to an old person from the past, go back to a plan that you had once initiated, maybe make it better, update your resume, whatever, anything that you can do that you are redoing, that you already started in the past, and now you're going back and you're tweaking it, you're redoing it to make it better, to launch after Mercury goes direct. It will be a good way to use this energy. So, love is on this month. If you're open to confronting your fears around intimacy, being more flexible with other people who are different than you, willing to nurture a relationship, willing to compromise, and you might have some choices to make. I feel like you're going to have more than one option this month for love and also in career. There could be some surprises, surprise developments in manifesting a goal or a dream. But you can be victorious. You can have victory. You just have to know what you want and go for it. So that's my forecast. Don't settle for less. Don't settle in a state of stagnation where you're not feeling fulfilled. If something's not working, let it go. Move on to something new. Move on to something more fulfilling. So anyway, that's my forecast for April. If you like this reading, please click on the like button, leave a comment, let me know what's going on in your life. I like reading all the comments. So click on the subscribe button if you want to support the channel. And if you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. We'll take you to my website and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, Virgo, have a wonderful April, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.